What is happening, everybody? I hope you're all well, and welcome on back to Dragon Age Inquisition. As always, if you're new here or haven't yet, please do subscribe, leave a like and a comment, and if you want to catch up on the rest of the Let's Play so far, go ahead and check the description below. I'll have a whole series down there in order in a playlist for everybody. So, Memorials of the Second Exalted March. Lindirane's Fall. Remember the victory of the Dales. The elves were murderous and wild, for the Maker's grace did not touch them. The wildest of them was the she-elf That is like a tongue twister to me. The she-elf Lindarane. Lindarane, that's what it is. The she-elf Lindarane. Wielder of the great blade Evanura. Defiant to the last, she met Sir Brandis, the Silver Helm, in single combat, and he bested her. With Lindirane's fell the Dales. Hey, Lindirane. That's like a complicated one for me to read for some reason. Like, tongue twisted me. And we found some gallows up here too. I did move on a little bit up the ways from where we finished last episode, but not too far. We're just going to go this way, grab favors for the first enchanter, and then we'll swing on to the fortress with the marshal. And maybe we'll go up and grab this camp first, just so we have a way to zip around. Maybe, I'm not sure yet. Gallows records. This appears to be a list of people sentenced to hang, followed by a note. Cerise Richard, desertion. Sir Roland, desertion. Salvan Lubash, murder. The Trout, assaulting an officer. Cartis Rene, desertion. If the boys shore up the crossbeam before the morning lot, thought I saw some leaning last week. We don't want lingering deaths, even if they're scum. But they were just hanging deserters here, and it looked like they had quite a lot of them. Kind of what I and Bull talked about a little, right? About all the fighting in Saharan. Eventually it just breaks people down to where they don't want to do it anymore. We found the one letter last episode from the soldier too that was saying, tell my wife I stayed loyal to the end and never abandoned the fight, even when everyone else around me did. And the fight just gets beaten out of people sometimes. A lot of people to fight here. This guy's just up top aura farming. You gotta come down here to find me, buddy. Catch. I'm noticing a distinct lack of my party here. Mildly concerning. Bounce off his forehead before he gets to attack me. This guy is chunky. This one right here with the god generated. Fucking eating. And take some more. Have a second serving. Great stun off the shield block. Who gave you permission to use my build? Butt to face, that's what you get. Really smooth accuracy there, Inquisitor. Good job.
Solus, darling, if you wish instruction in proper magical attacks, do let me know.
I will. Perhaps you will direct me to a circle mage who does not front-load her barriers.
Well, I was gonna wait to read this until they finished jousting each other, but we can get back to that after. Freeman messages. Jocelyn, I don't trust that Gordian fellow. He talks as though he's all Legion, but I know he's not. I can hear it in his speech. Tell me you hear it too. I wonder what he's doing on that rise. He's forbidden us from going there, but I might take a look in a couple nights. Let me know if you want in. Have you heard anything from the Emerald Graves? They say Duhame's gone there to lead the Freemen. Damn, I miss him. He was a good commander. A bastard, but fair. Gus. So the Freemen of the Dales have split off and gone somewhere else too, the Emerald Graves. They broke out of just being here. There's the book for Vivian. And there's loot up there, which is going to be a bitch to get, isn't it? I can already sense how much of a bitch that will be to get. Never mind, it's right there. Glad I saw that before I started messing around for the next several hours trying to jimmy my way up that rooftop. Was it even worth the fuss? Slip and stone. Not really. Ah well. Right. We can just keep going up this ways, actually. That brought us already on the path. A lot of dead bodies here. What's going on with this? Last words. The scout's journal is bloodstained and soggy from the rains, but some entries can still be made out. Day 12. Relieved Corporal Colin at the Bone Hill Scout Post, not entirely happy about this change. This area sees no battle. Day 14. Was correct in earlier prediction. Have only seen deer and rabbits. Killed a hare for food. Best keep stores high, just in case. Day 17. Saw strange shapes wandering the hills at night. The enemy. They walked aimlessly, with shambling gait. Best keep a quiver close by. The dead came out of the hills then. In the middle of the confrontation, not at the start. They were already fighting each other, and he was expecting the Imperium or the other side of Olay to be involved in that. And it was shambling corpses instead. Do we want to stick to the main road, or do we want to skirt around? We'll stick to the main road, just in case we run by anything else that we need to collect. Oh boy, 2 terrors. Push him out of that best we can. There we go. I would not recommend it, Wolf, but it seems like you're adamant. Clear commands, just in case they're still trying to exclusively attack my target. I'll let them make their own mind up on what to do. I think that's all the Hala that are marked as targets there because I got into a fight while they were present. I don't think that's actually wolves. I think that's the... Oh no, it is the wolves. No, 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 no. Stop trying to shoot the Hala. That's what I wanted to shoot. They're not gonna come back, it's fine. If it comes back, we'll kill it. If not, then... I can't claim this for some reason. Inquisitor. There we go. Andruel's messenger. Long ago, when our people were strong and free, we roamed the world and could do as we pleased. But we were taught by Andruel, mother of hares, to respect nature and all of the Creator's creatures. Even though the earth was ours, we did not misuse it. They would say the great leaders of the people would pray to Andruel for guidance. Where shall we hunt? Where shall we raise our Hala? Where shall we settle and build? Andruel would send her messenger, the owl, to show the people the way, and they would follow him to where the land was blessed. Always keep an eye out for the noble owl. You never know. Andruel might have a message for you, as told by Keeper Gisharel to the children of the Releferin clan. So we got a left way and a right way. The wolves went left, but we're going right for the keep. Yeah, that's for Revasan. And that is the way to the fort that we have to raid later, I think. Actually, got a sneak peek at that. I did not notice that I skated by a Fade Rift. Let's close that while we're here. I did not notice it though. And if I can, I'll try to show you Cassandra's Spell Purge ability too, in between waves, if I remember to do it this time. Alright, so as far as I remember, and this could be wrong, if you drop it, I might have done that wrong. Yeah, I did that wrong. Okay, so I thought that was a cast and click, but it's not. It's in like an AoE of her. So she has to be standing close by to it for it to do what it's supposed to. Which is my mistake. I set that up a little incorrectly. You will not be stun locking me today, so... Eventually I'll show you what Spell Purge does. Next time I won't fuck it up. But yeah, you can wipe out a bunch of the enemies of these Fade Rifts before they even get a chance to spawn in. You just won't have to deal with them. If you stand her by the spawn point and use Spell Purge, it'll stop the summoning ritual, and she just won't. They just won't spawn there. So. I just saw the edge of a side quest back there. And this is where we find out that I should have just stuck to going to the fortress, because now I'm gonna have to go get this side quest. In this little nook. Oh, okay, it's a treasure map. So 2 big Hala statues and like a terror demon. I'm not sure what that is, but it'll be... That's water. So by a river at the edge of a little rock face by 2 Hala statues. That kind of thing should be very easy to notice if we open our eyeballs. So, and the Exalted Plains is a somewhat high tier area too, so that treasure map probably has some good stuff in it that we would want. So I'll make sure I get that. If we don't run into it on camera, then I'll look for it myself and put it in the next episode probably. At least if it has good stuff in it. Not that it doesn't really matter, but... And we got some ally or legions here. I wonder if there's friendly fire on this. It seems not, because they didn't die and they're not freezing. Your god cannot eat that much damage, sir. Goodbye. There is not enough guard in the world for that. We did lose 1 allied soldier right there. I just saw him despawn into the Fade. Where are we at? Yeah, this is the fort right here. Although, is there anything hidden in this little nook before I do that? No, there isn't. Okay. Yeah, that's the fort. We're here. There'll be a couple quests out of this, and I guess we get to meet some of the Orlesian command structure. And see if he matches how I would imagine an Orlesian marshal would carry himself. Quite pompous, I imagine. Pretty armor that's been shined 17 times already by midday. It's kind of how I imagine Orlesian commanders to function. We got 2 question marks here. Probably the windmills, right? Locked doors that I can lockpick, I would assume. Yeah, perfect. Already got all the perks we need for that. Which means probably bottles of Thedas and or a mosaic piece. Should usually what are in those. Want the slow walking up these stairs because of the fucking curve. There we go. Pretty Orlesian pottery. A belt of staggering could be good for Cassandra, maybe. Come on, give me my cooldown amulet. Or like a critical chance amulet. I would take the hell out of a crit chance amulet right now. Crit chance or crit damage, actually. My crit chance is so close to 100 that it's not really a priority anymore, but crit damage, I would love to have something to boost that. Because we don't even realistically need a different amulet at this point. The Amulet of Barrier is doing quite good for me. I basically have full guard and a full barrier 24/7, so I'm not too worried about amulets, actually. Unless we get something that gives me like 20% crit damage or something like that, then I'm definitely taking it. Style of horror. This little shit run from me. Everybody do your thing. Cassandra is like bugged out for some reason. Cassandra, what are you doing? over here. It's insane. There we go. Better late than never, right? Oh, didn't see you were still alive there. Not me. These might be infinite here too. Might just have to go into the fort. Yeah, it's looking like this might be an infinite spawn. Let's see. Let's see if more come after we drop these two. Oh, we good now. Right as I was deciding to abandon it, we take them to the end of the spawn. They touched. Beautiful. Can I get lucky with anything else, yeah? And there are demons down there that I need to be wary of, though. Don't want to aggro them down here. Putting you out on the gate alone is absurd. You should at least have like archers on the walls or something you would have imagined, right? Marshal, cool.
That was a brilliant. Be well. Inquisitor.
Oh, well, it cut off his whole speech right there, but let's see.
Why have you barricaded yourselves in here?
We had to retreat from the Western Front. The demons and undead were too much. But it's no better here. My patrols don't return, messages are lost. I've had no word from the capital in weeks. If we could regain our outposts, the ramparts, or even the garrison by the river, we can't just keep hiding. I want to die like a soldier, not cowering under a bed, praying the monsters don't get me.
You're the one that told your men to pull back, I assume.
What else do you know about the Dales?
Surely you know the history of this place. The Exalted March, the fall of the Elven Kingdom. Talking of elves, my patrols speak of a band of Dalish who've made camp in the west.
Yeah, we've met some of them.
I've heard something of the free men of the Dales. What do you know about them?
They're a mob of traitors, too soft for war. Thought it was a skirmish or two, then back for supper. Turns out it wasn't, and off they run to the first person to tell them their tantrums are acceptable. Now they want independence. To establish a new settlement. Ridiculous.
Can we talk about how badass Cassandra's outfit is? Look how fucking mean that looks. That's like perfect. Perfection right here.
I've cleared out the dead from the Western Ramparts.
You did? Maker's breath. There's hope for us, if the ramparts have been reclaimed. I'd alert our forces stationed outside the Dales, but the chaos makes it difficult for missives to get through. Demons. Those blasted freemen, or whatever they call themselves.
I shall take my leave.
Good day.
One thing about all legions is I do like the lion armor. I'll give them that. They craft good armor. Let's see what else we have to do up here. And then we gotta go take care of the Eastern Ramparts and the Freemen. And then I think we have to come back to speak to the Marshal and tell him that we did all that. But for now, I'm just gonna lay claim to their old Legion fortress. Lord Revasan. Did you know that Revas is the elven word for freedom? Revasan is the place where freedom dwells. One wonders why it wasn't given a more appropriate name after the reclamation of the Dales. Perhaps the adage remains true. Once one gets used to a name, it's hard to change. The walls in this place are ancient. I hope it holds. From the log of Marshal Bastien Preux, loyal to Grand Duke Gaspard. Makes you wonder if all the soldiers are loyal to Grand Duke Gaspard, how Empress Celine has had the throne for so long. You'd think that would be a coup waiting to happen.
Have you seen any of our fallen men out there?
Have many of you fallen?
What you see is all that's left. We were 1,000 strong once. The worst part is not knowing what happened to the men who don't come back. Deserters? Or dead? If they're dead, we've nothing to tell their families. Nothing to send home.
So I imagine part of that is the letters I've been picking up, right?
Good luck to you.
About tell my wife I died bravely and things like that. Yeah, we already got 3 out of 7 of those. What goodies do we have over yonder in the stables? Just hop over here real quick. Man, Varric really does get around, huh? They're reading his books all over the place. Even in the legions of Ole.
I say we take our
That's broken down here
against the
too.
demons.
Alright, so we got our mission statement, Vivian. You doing that thing? Okay. Can you, like, fuck off over there, please? Thank you.
Demons are coming close.
Yeah, let's take a look. So, we would have to go back. The Eastern Ramparts are right here. That's on our way to get this camp. And then Victory Rise. Okay, so then why don't we just go over to the Ramparts and we'll clear out the other section of Ramparts and then wrap the episode up at that camp. That seems like a pretty good idea to me. I can't just hop off the edges here, I don't think. I've gotta walk my ass around like a casual. And I guess we'll take care of those demons we saw at the end of the bridge too on our way out.
It used to be beautiful here.
Yeah, one thing I do like about the open world nature of this game is some of them they did a really good job fleshing out with interesting little stories and scenarios in the areas. They do tend to get better as time goes. Like the Storm Coast and Fallow had okay little side stories, but when you start getting to places like this or Emprise de Lyon, that's when it really starts to pick up in terms of the stories they're telling in these locations. We could go to Emprise de Lyon now, pretty much, but I'm gonna save that until after we get done dealing with the wardens. There's a lot of relevant stuff to Ole in Emprise de Lyon, so I think it would make sense to do that right before we go to Halam Shirel. What is it that I have over here? It's probably a soldier's letter, right? I would assume. It's probably a corpse somewhere with a letter on it. Some of them are a bitch to find. Hopefully it's by this cart. Big ass circles. Hopefully, it looks like this is it. Yes, it is. Last words, a well-worn piece of paper, clearly folded and unfolded numerous times. Things I will do on my return. Have roast boar and wine at the Black Swan. Visit Arnard at the Gilded Lily. Play Wicked Grace. Swim in Lake Celestine, like I used to as a child. Sometimes focusing on this list is the only thing giving me hope.
Poor unfortunate soul.
And even when you say that, you sound like a condescending bitch. That was actually a really good blizzard because I didn't even notice they were behind me. Impressive if that long shot hit that. I think that demon is fighting the wolf, isn't it? Looking at that. Yeah, it is. Maybe I'll clear this rift too while I'm here. Here I go again, getting sidetracked, man. I'm not going to clear the rift. I'm going to go to the ramparts. Like I said I would. We gotta come back for this little village place anyways, because we gotta get across this bridge eventually. But we'll be back for that little village right there. Never fear. I don't think we can get into the ramparts from this side unless we hop over the fence, but maybe. We'll see. Yeah, I could just hop over here and drop myself into the trenches. Yeah, I'll do that. Screw it. Where is the quest for the Eastern Ramparts? Right there. Wait, does that mean that I have to talk to somebody? He's just set fire to the body pit. Surely these ramparts don't extend. Oh, it's not. Okay, that's what that is. It's not part of it. Okay, that makes much more sense.
We should look around.
It's not part of the main bulk of things, that's why. But that is going to be a letter from a soldier, probably. So, let me search this. This letter, found in a pocket of an undershirt of a dead soldier, is nothing more than a heart drawn on paper, then rolled up and secured with a gold ring. His wedding ring, probably. And so I think there's a bottle or something inside this lighthouse or windmill, so let's... Oh god, don't fall. I fucking knew it. Let's just teleport myself back up here. I knew I was gonna slide off the edge right there. Here we go. Yeah, there's the bottles. We're at 15 out of 29 on that, over halfway. Darkened Samite. And a sacrificial dagger. And those stairs are very, very out, so don't have to worry about that. Yeah, it is part of the same ramparts then, I guess. There's just a whole entire back area here. Demon of the Dales holding this one, not Undead. Or the Undead just pushed them back this far inside. I thought he would have died without me using that. Oh, I paused that for a second. I thought he was just already ready to keel over. Yeah, this is why a lot of the parts here get complicated, because there's all these doors that you can't cross. This is probably locked from the side that I just opened it from. I don't think you can cross there if you don't come at it from the side I came from. Because they would have locked it from the backside to keep the undead out, right? Burn pit is somewhere. Guardian, huh? What are you, Venatori? The men said they didn't believe you were from Ole. Yep, Dales belong to Corypheus. That's exactly what he is. He's a Venatori. Came here and assumed control of some of the freemen. Which means, I guess, that they are bought and paid for by the older one. Or at least funded by. And I wonder if that's why the other leader left. Because he didn't want to be party to Corypheus' plot, whatever that is. Which side can I attack this from? It's obviously not that side. And not this side. This side? Yeah, it's this side. You two souls, chop that wood. Yeah, I can't really do anything to it with regular attacks. Just helping out in spirit at that point. And go figure that Corypheus is involved here too. Probably has a vested interest in it, right? Since he wants Old Way to fall so he can have all that land for the Tevinter Imperium that's never coming back. Would behoove him to create chaos in the actual empire. Chantry banner. We already had that thanks to the golden nug, but if you don't have a golden nug, that's where you get the chantry decorations from if you're trying to do like a Templar RP or something like that. I've been through these games a lot. I've played just about every single character, like mage, rogue, warrior, faithful, not faithful. You can't be a blood mage in this game, unfortunately. They took it out of Dragon Age Veilguard too. They kind of just stopped your ability to be like a bad person in these games, but in Dragon Age Origins and Dragon Age 2, to a lesser degree than Origins, you can certainly be like a bad person if you wanted to be. Definitely some moral gray zones going on.
Hope those dead things don't come back.
Those dead things will not be coming back. Left to grieve. Hopefully that is going to be by this cart right here. Since I just hopped out of the ramparts for it. Yes, it is. A letter written in fine hand. My dearest mother, all is well. You need not worry. Do not believe what you may hear from others. Trust me, your son. I would never lie to you. The war is going well, and Celine's troops are on the run. Keep up your hopes and your faith. I will be home before you know it. Please send my love to Doré and the children. Your faithful son, Hugo.
A pity.
Yeah. Okay, so when I was talking earlier about a coup, I misspoke. This is exactly in the middle of a coup. That's exactly what's going on here. That's why the two sides are fighting right now. This is an Orlesian civil war between Gaspard's loyalists and Celine's loyalists. There's a Hinterland shard up on this mountainside somewhere. I guess there's a bottle of wine in here. Hey, come on, sword man, come walk into those. Yeah. Where'd shield bro come from? Human messages. I want you and your men to collect the dead and bring them to the ramparts. We have to burn them, gather them together, then leave. I'll deal with it from there, Gordian. Though maybe he didn't intentionally raise the dead. But if that's the case, then why did he never burn them, and why did he put magical barriers around them so they couldn't be burned? Unless he was just lying to them, right? Bring them so we can burn them, and then just didn't. More grey conscription ale. That was just leftover, I guess. Did you hear? One of the recruits from Valrayo said they saw the famous Tom Rainier drinking at the Halberd east of Valrayo. I thought you'd be interested, given your history. Although the lad's probably only seen him in sketches, somehow I doubt the old captain's foolish enough to come within 100 miles of the capital. I'll let you decide whether you believe it. Anyway, I heard you might be relieved in a week or two. You could talk to Peru, see if he'll let you take leave to follow the lead. He'll understand. He did allow you to enlist for our side, even after what happened with Kalia. Rustler. Tom Rainier. Tom Rainier is going to be an extremely important name, but we don't know who that is yet. But we will. That's a very important name. It's interesting to get a little sneak peek of that, actually. It's obviously somebody that the Empire is interested in being rid of, right? Because he said it's a 50-50, and the Marshal might just straight up let him leave his post to go hunt that guy down. Something about him being stupid enough to show up within 100 miles of the capital. My companions are burning to death, but it doesn't matter because we're going to be getting that camp here in a second, so it actually doesn't matter if they're deciding to torch themselves up there. Anything on this dock? Relay, nothing on the dock. I would have hit something behind the barrels. Certainly. Alright, let's grab our camp and call this one a day. Got a huge chunk of stuff done, actually. Super productive. What are you? A snowflow? I'm only killing it because I think snowflow is no class restriction for armors. Yes, snowflow is the one where you can put any armor on any class. So you could put the armor that I'm wearing, for example, onto a mage to make sure that they have a ton of crit chance and crit damage, which honestly is probably what I'm gonna do. I don't think that works with race restrictions though, so you couldn't put the Keeper armor that Solus has onto Vivian because she's not a elf. It only removes class restrictions, not race restrictions. Unfortunately, because a lot of the elvish armor is my favorite. Especially the Dalish rogue armor. That looks incredible if you put it on a female Inquisitor, but most of the time I like to play human, so I only get to do that if I'm playing elf. Anyways, that is going to be a perfect spot to wrap on up while I try to figure out how in the hell I get this shot on the hinterlands. So thank you for watching. As always, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like and a comment on your way out, and I will see you soon with more Dragon Age Inquisition. Take care, everybody. Have a great day.